Hello everyone, this is Group 3 and we are going to present our project on the Innovation Audit Framework under the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Project. What is innovation? Innovation is simply commercialization of an invention or different type of innovation are known, but there is still no standard framework which could quantify or define that innovation. So to quantify particular innovations, we have a thing called innovation metrics. So innovation metrics is a framework which tells different combinations of various constituents that leads to various types of innovations. Now we can discuss on what are the innovation types and attributes. So this falls under three major criteria. One is type of innovation, second one is the nature of innovation, and the third one is the locus of innovation. Now I'm going to talk about the nature of innovation. So the nature of innovation is also mainly divided into three major parts. That is, one is disruptive innovation, one is sustainable innovation, and the third one is efficiency innovation. What is a disruptive innovation? So our disruptive technology or a disruptive innovation is an innovation that helps create a new market and value network and eventually goes on to disrupt an existing market and the value network. It is that innovations that improve a product or service in a way that the market did not expect. An innovation is classified as disruptive when it can empower the most common of the people and is widely available. It requires huge capital inflow and generates new jobs in the given market. Now, what is sustainable innovation? It can also be called performance improving innovation, the innovation with the aim of to improve the quality and the feature of the current product offerings. The typical example is the renewal replacement of the existing product model with the upgraded version. Capital inflow is still huge, but less than the disruptive innovation. Job creations comes to a halt as well. Now I'm going to talk about efficiency innovation, the innovation that tries to do more with the less in manufacturing the product offerings. So it improves the throughput of the production line and therefore achieves greater cost efficiency by continuously refining the product delivery process. It potentially releases more capital into the market via cost saving. This is non-market creating innovation where the investor should be wary of keep recycling the capital into the improvement of operational efficiency without creating a new market opportunity. So typically the capital generated by the efficient innovation should be used to create the disruptive innovation, capping the new market, creating the jobs, and thus embarking on the journey of the growth. Now the locus of innovation would be covered by Rajat.
So, what do we understand with the term locus? It is a position or place where something occurs or is situated. Based on where and what is the purpose of innovation, locus of innovation can be classified into four types: a small team, project, organization, and business ecosystem innovation. So, talking about the small team. So, when a company have a research and development unit, small teams works towards innovating value to the company, making consistent efforts for making it viable. Innovation originating via the dedicated team for it. Moving on to the projects, innovation conceptualization happens because of a project with a time constraint. Innovation taking place for a specific project and running its course through the project and becoming non-valuable to other projects but would be viable for the similar sort of projects. For example, innovation in building a dam would make the dam infra project efficient or similar infrastructures construction, but not in building the house. Moving on to the organization, innovation occurring at an organization level like Zara, reducing its delivery time. An innovation that benefits the organization, possibly providing the competitive advantages over other industry players. They have programs to execute innovations like reducing operating costs or making logistics efficient, giving them an edge. Moving on to the last part, business ecosystem. So, an industry where the innovation is the only thing that keeps you alive in the market, provide the first mover advantage, competitive advantages, and what makes you stand out from the competition. The whole industry runs on the concept of who does better innovation in products and services. For example, the mobile phone industry, technology driven industry, companies like Amazon, Samsung, Google all belongs to the same class, who continuously needs to innovate themselves via the dedicated capital to remain in the business. Now, Rishabh will take.
Coming to the types of innovation, the first one is service innovation. A service innovation is a service product or service process that is based on some technology or systematic method. For example, Burberry is a leading fashion retailer in service innovation with direct-to-buy offering, fashionable garments direct from the catwalk. A powerful mix of e-commerce and social media strategies enable shoppers to see the new season catwalk show through live streaming and to order personalized version of clothes and handbags within minutes of watching them. The nature of such innovation is sustaining, and the locus of such innovation is organization. Moving to the next one is a technology innovation. Technology innovation improves business value by working on technological aspects of the product or services. It is a continuous process within an internal or external venture, built out to create value with innovation. Example for a technical innovation can be Samsung. Samsung introduction of the first smartphone with Super AMOLED display laid the groundwork for AMOLED technology to become the industry standard and ultimately helped pave the way for the era of large screen smartphones. The nature of innovation was sustaining, and the locus of innovation was business ecosystem. Next is industry innovation. Industry innovation happens when an organization manages to create an entire new industry. For example, Tesla. Tesla has created industries such as commercial space travel, Hyperloop, and many new systems regarding transportations. The nature of innovation in this case is sustaining, and the locus of innovation is a business ecosystem. The next is management innovation. Management innovation is the implementation of new management practices, processes, and structures that represent a significant departure from current norms. The example can be Walmart. Walmart has always followed the philosophy of offering the lowest price possible, minimizing operating cost, and developing economics of scale. The nature of innovation in this example is efficiency innovation, and the location of innovation is small groups. The next one is market innovation. Market innovation is the implementation of a new marketing method involving significant changes in the product design or packaging, product placement, product promotion, or pricing. Market innovations are aimed at better addressing customer needs, opening new markets, or newly positioning a firm's product on the market with the objective of increasing the firm's sales. A brilliant example of market innovation can be the Virgin America. Virgin introduced a focus group known as VX Next, a group of 30 frequent flyers and entrepreneurs who generate ideas for the airlines in return for flyer rewards. As a direct result of their feedback, Virgin America introduced an in-flight social network enabling passengers to connect during duration of the flight. The nature of innovation for the Virgin America was sustaining innovation, and the location of innovation was small groups. Over to Nikunj.
Continuing with the types of innovation, the next is business model innovation. Changes in customer behavior, globalization, and technological innovations are currently creating a new window of opportunity for new business models. IKEA is a brilliant example of business model innovations. The furniture giant is committed to proving that recycled plastic can be used in the large-scale production of household goods. They have created a new line of goods with plastic and reclaimed wood. The result is a product line that's not only durable and beautiful, but also sustainable. The nature of innovation is sustaining innovation, and the locus of innovation is project. Next is product innovation. The development and market introduction of a new, redesigned, or an improved service or good is product innovation. A good example of product innovation is the Kindle. Launched in 2010, Kindle spent more than 3 years building the original Kindle portable reader that looked and read like real paper. Since then, they have introduced 7 generations of Kindle e-readers, making them smaller, lighter, faster, and even more like a piece of paper. The nature of innovation in this case is disruptive innovation, and locus of innovation is projects. Next is the process innovation. It is the application or introduction of a new technology or method for doing something that helps an organization remain competitive and meet customer demands. Process innovation happens when an organization solves an existing problem or performs an existing business process in a radically different way. Zara is one of the best examples of process innovations. They have innovative manufacturing process which allows them to be quick in responding and sending clothes to their stores. It is astonishing to hear that the whole idea process is just 4 weeks long. Zara's responsiveness is more than enough to keep their top position among fashion brands. The nature of innovation in this case is disruptive innovation, and locus of innovation is organization. Next is design and marketing. Design and marketing should be working more closely to achieve the strategic intent of the business, and conversely to help develop strategic alternative that can affect the evolution of strategic intent. PepsiCo is an example of design and marketing innovation. Pepsi interactive vending and small cooler machine allow the customer to interact with PepsiCo's brand both physically and virtually. The interactive vending machine equipment features a large touchscreen interface that invites customer to watch entertaining videos, play interactive games, or virtually gift a PepsiCo product to a social media contact. The nature of innovation is efficient innovation, and locus of innovation is projects. The last type of innovation is business model innovation. As discussed above, business model innovation describes a fundamental change in how a company delivers value to its product, to its customers, whether that's through the development of new revenue streams or distribution channels. Airbnb, which is an online marketplace that enables people to list, find, and rent accommodations for processing fees. The biggest accommodation provider in the world does not own a single room. Their business model is built on share economy and on the strong belief that house owners are willing to rent out free space to strangers. In this case, the nature of innovation is disruptive innovation, and locus of innovation is business ecosystem.
Now talking about the company Spotify. Spotify is a Swedish music streaming company founded in 2008 by Daniel Ek and Martin Lorentzen. The service is currently available in 58 countries, have 60 million users, and 50 million paying subscribers. Spotify's mission is to bring you the right music at the right moment through its features and platforms. The company offers two tiers. The free tier has a shuffle license and is supported by advertising. The paid tier has on-demand access to full music catalog and offline functionality, among other benefits. The core functionality in Spotify is being able to play, save, and organize artists, albums, and tracks. Spotify is available on desktop, web, mobile, tablet, and TV. Through partnerships, the service is also integrated into a range of home entertainment systems. Now talking about the music industry on a whole, the music industry has gone through radical changes, mostly enabled by technological process. Vinyl becomes cassettes, cassettes become CDs, CDs becomes digital MP3s, and digital MP3s become streaming services. Artists, labels, and creators have led no other choice than to follow the changes enabled by the technological advancement. The industry is now in the middle of a cycle where streaming is becoming commoditized, and consumers expect to have access to all the world's music for free whenever they want and wherever they want to listen. The disruptive phase of developing the music streaming technology has stalled, and a dominant design has been established. This is verified by the fact that streaming services represent 27% of the total music revenue in the US in 2014. The streaming model was introduced at a time when the music industry was seeing a significant decrease in revenue, mostly due to the fact that illegal downloads replaced CD sales. Although streaming brought revenue back to the industry, the freemium model has challenged due to its lack of economical viability. The industry is currently at a breaking point where artists and creators approach can be divided into four different paths. Either they support the streaming model, are actively against it, release their work independently online, or the most extreme case seen recently where artists buy or become partners in streaming companies. Concurrently, record labels desperately hang on to old business models. Additionally, larger technological companies such as Google and Apple have also entered this field with their own streaming services. Now, Parth will take over.
So now talking about the innovation at Spotify. Spotify has a product development process which you can see in the following figure. The innovation happens organically across all these phases, but projects of a more disruptive kind live within the think it phase. Depending on the outcome of the think it phase, the project may or may move to the build it phase. In this stage, the prototype used to test the hypothesis in the previous stage is transformed into a MVP or a minimum viable product. that can be released to a small percentage of users. Most common is to roll out several versions to test different assumptions in the build it phase. If the project moves to the ship it phase, it means that it will move from an MVP to most probably a permanently integrated product. The end of the ship it phase is mostly about rolling out to 100% of the users. Following a 100% rollout is the tweak it phase, and in this phase, data from the 100% rollout is analyzed to see how the new feature is performing in the market. If necessary, adjustments are also made in this tweak it phase. Moving on to the next slide. The innovation framework of Spotify can be seen in the following figure. At Spotify, innovation is seen as a creative process that needs to be fairly free and not restricted by the environment. The up and to the left framework was developed to help the teams position their innovative ideas in the competitive landscape and still leave the process free from the team to decide. The framework is based on the divide between on-demand and not on-demand listening. The framework has not been updated and new ways of thinking have emerged in the market. The new approaches are unfortunately not well documented by Spotify so far. So with this, we conclude our presentation. So we hope you all liked our presentation. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and also share it with your friends and family. Thank you, everyone.